Hello, it's Diana Marchand from dianamarchand.com and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to read from a book, Eat to Live by Joel Fuhrman, and he quotes the China study. I don't have the China study with me, otherwise I'd read from that. But anyways, this is about protein and getting protein in a more of a vegetarian diet. So many people worry about that. When you go on a cleanse or you go in one of my programs or something, I know people always ask, their friends always are concerned, where do you get your protein from? And now remember, on my programs and stuff, I don't say you cannot eat meat or you cannot eat fish or anything like that. That's not what I say. So everybody is different and every body requires different amounts. But also note that protein does not have to come from meat products or animal products. You can get protein. Of course, it's in all foods, basically. Fruits, vegetables, especially in greens, especially in green vegetables. So what have the studies showed about meat and animal products? Well, if you are somebody who believes that those are really healthy and there's no way you can get enough protein unless you eat them, I suggest that you educate yourself and read the China study or this book, Eat to Live. Not that I'm trying to convince you not to have those things, but I want to open your mind up to see what's really important. And of course, what they really state is that, cancer is on such a rise, and no matter what people say, believe me, our society is not deficient in protein. Cancer is more and more prevalent. It is from a deficiency in nutrients, in vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, and all the good things, phytonutrients your body needs, your cells need at a cellular level to work properly. Your cells, food and fuel. So we're really, like we said, all foods have fat, protein, and carbohydrate in them. So we're not talking about, I'm not trying to say don't eat meat. I want you to open your eyes and see if you are, whatever you're eating, how many fresh fruits and vegetables are you getting into your day? Because those are the foods that will help prevent the cancerous disease and illness. Those are the foods that actually really fuel your cells, feed your cell at a cellular level. Okay. So in here it says cancer is a fruit and vegetable deficiency disease, right? It's nutrients. So of course we can't always get enough from our diet because a lot of people don't eat enough vegetables or enough of the greens. Now, I highly believe in high quality supplements too. But when you're going to do that, make sure it's a really high quality, good supplement. I just started using a really good brand because, especially in the wintertime, oh my God, right? And when I start reading more and more about how our body breaks down and everything, and I know I don't eat a lot, so I know I need extra nutrients. So really supplements are very important too. So what the study found was not whole wheat bread, not bran, not even a vegetarian diet shows a powerful correlation to cancer prevention than high level of fresh fruit and raw salad consumption. Raw veggies. So that is really the best way. Now, of course, a great way to get in lots of raw greens and stuff is from juices and smoothies. Perfect way. And easy. Don't say that takes a lot of time. They say vegetables and fruits protect against all types of cancers. So they've done lots of studies on what helps prevent, what types of foods. And bottom line, fruits and vegetables are the best thing you can get more of into your body to help prevent, to help decrease inflammation in your body, prevent disease, prevent illness, help your brain function, all of that. You need the good fats too, right? So you do need some really good fats. Very important. Raw vegetables have the most powerful anti-causing properties of all foods. And now another great way is, I've always preached about is super powders. How you can buy like the moringa powder, the wheatgrass powder, the chlorella, the spirulina, the camu, ashwagandha. And if you don't know what any of those are, I have videos on my YouTube channel showing some of the super powders. And I'm going to be putting up a couple more. You can get them at health food stores and online. So one thing too is that why we think we need calcium from dairy and protein from meats is also because the meat and dairy industries and how much they've lobbied for this and how much money they put into that for advertising. Whereas there's very little advertising put in to anything telling you about how good fruits and vegetables are for you, right? So you got to watch where you're getting this information from. I would read the studies that have been done. That's the best way to do it. Now, also what they say is a vegetarian diet, of course, is no guarantee of good health. And I am not vegan. And everybody has whatever they choose. I don't eat meat because of the ethical, like of the animals, how they're treated. I totally don't believe in that. I also don't digest it very well. But another important thing to matter is you can be vegan and you can be vegetarian, but you can be eating crap. There's a lot of the vegan foods that have a lot of preservatives in them, and a lot are made from soy products. So unless it's fermented soy, like tempeh is a fermented soy, don't get the ones that are all flavored. Then they put a bunch of flavored crap and smoke and junk in it. Just get the regular tempeh. And I have tofu every once in a while, but not too often, right? You got to make sure it's organic, so there's no preservatives and it's not genetically modified. So if you're a vegan or vegetarian, you have to watch what you're eating. Pasta can be vegan and vegetarian, but don't eat a whole bunch of pasta. It has no ingredient, no nutrients whatsoever. Same with if you get caught in the gluten-free phase. The gluten-free buns, bagels, like crackers and cookies are full of preservatives. Read all labels. I'm not saying eat those types of crap either. You want to eat the good nutrient whole foods. And so vegan foods like the vegan mayonnaise, the vegan cheeses, the vegan, a whole bunch of all those things that are, and the meats, the vegan meats, really do contain a lot of soy and a lot of preservatives and a lot of really junk and filler. They have no nutrients for your body, so really watch on those. I prefer to eat real whole foods. I eat farm fresh eggs and I eat some wild fish, especially when I lived on Vancouver Island. Everybody's different. So what it says is long-term vegans, so that means they don't consume the animal products or dairy, they almost never get heart attacks. So these are studies. And what else does it say? Leafy greens are the most nutrient-rich foods on the planet. And they were the best predictor of extreme longevity. And that was a study that was done. And another research shows that those who avoid meat and dairy have lower rates of heart disease, cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity. The data is conclusive. Vegetarians live longer in America and probably a lot longer everywhere. Okay, I'm in a different location and we're going to continue on. So what this book says, the Eat to Live, and here's something about breast cancer and animal protein. What it says is, as animal protein intake increased from about once a week in the lowest third to about 4 times a week, what they noticed is that where people consumed animal protein about 4 times a week, the breast cancer rates increased by 70%. Now that's crazy. That's a lot, 70%. What he says about cheese here is that cheese has more saturated fat and more hormone-containing and promoting substances than any other food. So especially really watch that with hormone-sensitive cancers such as breast cancer. And then again about the breast cancer thing, he says there's almost no breast cancer in all populations that consume less than 10% of their calories from animal protein. So that is what he found in the studies. And that is pretty major, if you ask me. That's pretty crazy. And then what he also says is that decreasing, so what happens is like animal protein, when you increase your animal, it increases the aging of our body. So decreasing animal protein will actually help to decrease the aging of your body. Now, of course, we're talking if you consume a lot of good, healthy nutrients too, not just taking out protein, and then not consuming any healthy vegetables and greens, things like that. So remember, what we're talking about is, yes, animal protein may contribute to various things like this the more you eat of it, but it's also extremely important to eat the right nutrients, to get a ton of vegetables, to get a ton of these greens that contain the nutrients, as well as certain supplements, as well as certain super powders and foods that contain high doses of minerals, antioxidants, vitamins, essential fatty acids, amino acids, things like that. Amino acids are the building blocks to protein. So like when people think you need the complete protein, your body uses amino acids to build complete proteins. So throughout the day, your body kind of throws together things if it's fed the right stuff. So your body's pretty intelligent, but it needs to be fed the right ingredients, the right fuel, the right nutrients to put together things in the proper way to feed your cells, to get the right nutrients to feed your cells. And of course, we're talking prostate cancer for men, right? So what the studies showed was that this is data from 59 different countries, showed that men who ate the most meat, poultry, and dairy products had the highest incidences of prostate cancer. And it also shows a little graph of other cancers that they can contribute to more animal protein, which is a list of a whole bunch of cancers, basically, right? And so if you're somebody who maybe follows the paleo diet or consumes more animal protein, then I'm not saying you shouldn't. What I want to make sure is, of course, people who follow something like that are usually following it also where they eat a high amount of vegetables and greens. I know that. So they are getting a ton of nutrients too. But let's say somebody who just calls himself vegan or vegetarian, but consumes a lot of pasta, a lot of breads, a lot of things like that, that don't have, but not as many vegetables and fruits and greens. So that is something I don't label that as healthy, right? I don't follow that because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in fake foods, fake meats, fake all of that, and not consuming meat or eggs or fish or anything, but yet consuming all of these starches just because they're vegan or vegetarian. I do not believe in that. I believe in look at the nutrients and the healthy ingredients in your food before anything else. Okay, so they also studied would changing your diet help, people who already have cancer, would it help their survival length, their survival rate? And of course they found that yes, it does. So patients who still consumed high saturated fat diet, died much earlier and faster. And the ones that switched to a more nutrient dense, really cut back on the saturated fats, really increased their fruits, vegetables, and greens and things like that, it prolonged their life, so it helped them live longer. And so what he talks about here is they did that with prostate cancer and breast cancer, and then they did, excuse me. So animal protein, he has they have a lot of little graphs and where they show their data. Animal protein raises cholesterol, is cancer promoting, promotes bone loss, because it's so highly acidic. So you could look at acidic and alkaline foods too and see the difference. Promotes kidney disease, accelerates the aging. And plant protein will lower cholesterol, is cancer protector, promotes bone strength because it does have calcium in, and it has also all the other nutrients like vitamin D and magnesium, right, that our body needs for bone strength. And it's also, of course, comes with fiber, phytonutrients, antioxidants, and all, the plant proteins, because you're eating the plants, also come with all the other things that your body needs and your cells need to feed it and fuel it so that it heals itself, so that it doesn't get sick. It protects itself from the illness and disease and decreases the inflammation in the body. Really about eating a higher alkaline diet, which are foods that are the vegetables, the dark greens, some of the fruits. You can look that up on Google, high alkaline foods, or just the difference between alkaline and acidic foods, where meat and dairy is highly acidic, same as sugar and alcohol. So you also want to look at, take these off, some of the animals that don't consume animal protein, right? Like the big animals, rhinoceros, giraffe, a gorilla. There's many, many more who don't consume, cows. They don't eat animal protein. So where do they get all the protein from? They get it from the grasses, from the greens, because those have the highest concentration of protein. Of course, they eat a ton of these, right? Now, if you're somebody who still is like, try, of course, a high quality protein powder. I totally believe in that. Chia is high in proteins, complete protein. Hemp seeds are a complete protein. Spirulina has a high dose of protein. And remember those green powders, wheatgrass powder that I was talking about. Those have high quality proteins in them. So get more of that into your diet. So I'm not saying just the few vegetables and greens you include will have enough. I'm saying also, if you're going to cut right out on animal protein, then make sure you're getting high quality doses of protein in your diet too, in plant form. Okay, that's my message for you today. I hope you learned something. Please feel free to comment on the video. Give me a like, thumbs up if you like it, and join my Facebook community, Women Creating Healthy Lives with Passion and Purpose. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.